Tuesdays, early morning intuitive guidance. I never did go back to check if I said the wrong day yesterday, but for part of the morning, I was assuming it was Tuesday. Sent a message to someone, Happy Tuesday. They're going, isn't it Monday? So was a little off of plumb there, but let's see here. There we go. All right. So see who pops in for today. We have an interesting message today, and it's one of those messages that lands at just the right time. And I read this on Friday. That's when it was delivered to my email box. And I was thinking, excuse me, about it all weekend, that this is a lovely way to reframe things when they don't go the way we think they ought to go. Good morning, Joe Neal. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So I don't know how many of you rail against the unfolding here and there. It shouldn't be this way, blah, blah, blah. This is a lovely way to reframe all of that. So hopefully you find it helpful. Today I have a house that is again going to be rated with workers. And good morning, Tracy. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. And so I'm not sure how loud they're going to be. They're going to be redoing the fieldstone walls in the basement. My guess is it's going to be messy. We'll see. If it's too messy, I shall leave for a while. I guess it's a 2-day job. We'll see how this goes. But I'm feeling a little more frog-like this morning, kind of gunked up. It's very humid here, which never tends to help. So let's get ourselves in a place of divine openness, ready to receive this message, because I just think this is such a cool message. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Glad you are here. Morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all off to a good start. Hello, Barb. Glad you're here. Earplugs and headphones? Maybe. The thing I was more worried about is I know they're going to be using wire brushes to get off all of the old stuff, and then they redo the grout and then seal it. I just figured it was going to be very dusty, and what I've noticed recently is when I run the dryer downstairs, the cold air return seems to move the humidity from the dryer, which should be venting outside, up to my space. So I've covered up the cold air return for the moment, and I know that's probably not the best choice, but that way I will keep whatever dust and sand there is down there. So let us tap. Let us do sleight of hand, because this reading is really about a mindset shift. I want to make it bigger than that, though. It's not just the mindset shift, but the impact that has on your day-to-day life and your life as a whole. It's a shift. It's a big one. Yes, exactly. So we'll see. I'm not sure how messy it's going to be. We'll find out. Stay tuned. I'll let you know tomorrow. If I show up covered in dust, yeah. No, I've got N95s. I should be fine. Yeah. So opening ourselves up to a divine attunement that will help us view things that don't go the way we want them to go as merely divine unfolding. Got to do this spot too, because it's my fave. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right. So some of you may know her, Melanie Beckler, Beckler. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. And she is an astrologer and energy worker, and I get her daily emails. Sometimes they're less than daily. Nonetheless, this one's good. It was called My Trip Just Got Canceled. My trip just got canceled. So see if this resonates for you. She says, blessings. I just found out that a trip I had booked to visit sacred sites in the south of France this fall was canceled. And here's the thing. I've been observing how so many people in my life are in the midst of shifting plans and life changes now. Anybody? Well, and this came on the heels of finding out that an interview I was supposed to do is canceled. Actually, not canceled, postponed for a couple of months because um, the site where they were going to hold the interviews and the site where they are talking about, they want stakeholder opinions of what should happen with this site. It's actually the junior college where I went a bazillion years ago. They're using it as a staging area for the tornado cleanup stuff. So amazing things. And one of the things that the man put in his email, which made me go, oh, they had a very what's the word I want? Organized effort with regard to volunteers. One particular day they had 800 volunteers show up. How fabulous. How fabulous. So her trip gets canceled, and here's the thing. I've been observing how so many people in my life are in the midst of shifting plans and life changes now. My sister is moving across the country, parents are downsizing, friends' kids are switching schools, another friend just landed a new job, and another is packing up and relocating. Can you feel the movement, the shifting around? Almost everywhere, it seems things are shifting, changing, and rearranging. And this is very much the theme of the moment we are in now. We are entering into the energy of the August eclipses, and eclipses are famous for exactly this. Good morning, Debbie. Glad you are here. Welcome. For unexpected changes, for shaking things loose, and triggering destined events that move our lives in new directions. So when I told a friend my trip was canceled, she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I surprised myself a little because honestly, I'm kind of excited. Yes, I had been looking forward to the trip, but the moment it fell away, I felt it so clearly. This was a timeline shift. The version of my life where I took the trip dropped away. And even more than excited, I feel grateful. Because when I first booked this trip, I asked my guides and got a clear and resounding yes, go. But clearly something has shifted since then. And I would so much rather this trip gently fall away than travel across the world for something that is no longer in alignment. I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. And I would so much rather this trip gently fall away than travel across the world for something that is no longer in alignment. And now I'm genuinely curious about the new timeline that is opening up. What will unfold instead? What is being made room for? Bad English, but you get the point. What is being made room for? What is opening up that wouldn't have opened up had I gone on that trip? What blessings for this fall will now unfold? I wanted to share this with you today as a reminder that the energy of the Lionsgate eclipse cycle is here. So Lionsgate is 8/8. And if things are shifting and changing in your world right now or in the coming weeks ahead, nothing is going wrong. Hear that again. Nothing is going wrong. Yep, Lions Portal. Absolutely. Let's see. This is exactly the energy of this time. And the key to moving through it with grace, without being shaken or rattled by uncertainty, is to, here we go again, folks, allow. Allow. Isn't this interesting? Oh, I thought I was doing this. Now I'm being directed here. Isn't this interesting? Roll with it. Go with the changes. When something unexpected arises, hear her words here. Instead of bracing against it, welcome it. Isn't this interesting, my friend Lynn Schuster? I wonder how this is going to work out. Thank you for putting that in there, Tracy. I appreciate it. Allow. Roll with it. Go with the changes. When something unexpected arises, instead of bracing against it, welcome it. The lessons, the triggers, the uncertainty, welcoming all of it with forgiveness, awareness, compassion. And then begin to look for the blessings, for the new possibilities now becoming possible, for what this new timeline, this new reality now has in store for you. It's kind of like the universe says, oh, wait a minute, let's do this instead. And the this instead, remember our saying, this or something better, is the something better. Because so often what feels like a disruption is really a redirection. It's life clearing the way for something that is even more aligned. So take a breath. I love that someone else is telling us to take a breath instead of just me. Take a breath, soften, and allow. As the old saying goes, all will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. With love, Melanie. She then says, P.S. If you would like support consciously moving through these eclipse season shifts and stepping into your highest timeline with the angels and the Council of Light, that is exactly what my new Lionsgate eclipse activations are here for. The doors are open through the first eclipse on August 12th. And then there's a little click point. So if you want to go to her website, it is, let me find it again, ask-angels.com. So yes, it's redirection, not disruption. And we get so locked into this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to unfold. I want you to look back at your life thus far. I don't care if you've been on the planet 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Look back. How much of what you thought was going to happen has happened, and how many things have happened that you had no clue. I mean, I had my whole life planned out. When I was 3, I was going to be Miss America. Yeah. 5'2", ain't happening. What are all the things? Oh, August 12th is your birthday. Born at 12/12. Ooh, that's cool. I have a friend where 12 is the thing. 12 is everywhere in her life. Very interesting. Yeah. So I want you to be thinking about, from birth to here, life has not unfolded the way you thought it would. From here till whenever you're birthed into the next life, life is not going to unfold the way you think it will. It's going to go where life goes, living life on life's terms, to borrow from Alcoholics Anonymous. Oh, that's funny. Yes, exactly. There are alignments that when we look for them, we can find. I see 8s popping up all over the place in my life. My birthday is not an 8, but there are 8s everywhere. And to me, that represents infinity. It's like, just keep going. This goes on endlessly. Just keep going. And there's all these shifts, all these turns, all these unanticipated corners. And that's where all the good stuff is. That's where all the good stuff is. So spend some time with these concepts today, that this is merely divine unfolding, and that the more we can soften and flow with it, the easier it is for it to unfold. And maybe even the more unfolding we can manifest. Have an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.